Hey y'all, this is Jeff from Jeff's Vegetable Containering. Vegetable, oh my gosh, Jeff's Vegetable Containers and Gardening. Just give you a little update. We're going through that down here in Florida. We're at southern Florida. We're going through the cold crap you guys are going through up north where we're used to being. And it's supposed to get below freezing here tomorrow. So, like 2 weeks ago, I had to cover everything down here with sheets and bags. I have to do it tomorrow night. We'll wait for it to rain. Wait for it to rain tonight into tomorrow. And when it's done raining, short of wind will be blustery, but after it rains out, I'll go out and cover everything up because we've been in a drought down here. So I want to get as much water, even though it probably won't be much, maybe a half inch if we're lucky. I got to try to get the watering down in the ground for everything. I've been keeping as much as I can, and we'll go from there with it. But so it's an update on the yard. You can see everything's growing pretty good. We've had a little bit of up and down with the season, with some of the leaves getting a little yellow and changing because of the different weather we've had down here, which we're not accustomed to in this area. So we've done all that. The fence back here was all messed up from all those palm trees and mangled and going left and right and disconnected at the far end. But you can look down there now. She's pretty straight. She ain't perfect, but she's pretty straight and got it all back together. I still got a few poles in the ground I got to straighten up and move around, but that's ready. And then once these clusias here get growing big, they'll be covering that fence area up, and I got to just plant some back in that other corner to finish that up. And they'll get to be like the size of this big boy right there when we're all caught up with it or done or whatever. This video is mainly about I was going to go over some mangoes in the garden. There's the big mango tree. I got a couple dead spots to grow out of it. It's about 35 foot high now, maybe 40 foot, and I got to cut the top off, but I'm not going to do it this year because I cut it so much the last 2 years after hurricanes. Stop it, I'll cut it next season coming down because that just keeps it producing and keeps it going the way we want it to keep moving along. You see the papayas and everything. Everything's still growing. We ain't lost nothing yet, but it's been a little tougher. But we've got stuff just loaded up everywhere. You can see those bushes along the fence over there look terrible. What they are, actually, ours, our neighbor told us about them. I think she said they're rubber trees or rubber bushes, and so we just stuck the sticks in the ground. Sometimes you can do that down here in Florida, and things will just grow. And I put rooting powder on them, so we'll see what they do. If I didn't get anything out of them, it wouldn't surprise me. But with the weather we've been having, up and down and back and forth, it's been a little bit of struggle to keep everything going. But the vegetables, I picked all the vegetables off earlier today because of the freeze coming in. Avocado's starting to look real nice right there, and the guava, papayas, the lime trees, everything's looking pretty good. Haven't really totally lost anything. Everything we're putting in along everywhere, and all our different stuff we've bought is all growing pretty good. So orange tree still produces, but you can see the white on the bark. It's like a white gray scaly powder. So I'm gonna have to research that about getting rid of that because the orange is coming out just look crappy and they got a weird taste to them. So I just have to go back through things. That little lemon tree was tiny last year, so it's going to be like the one out front. I just planted that bush. It's starting to come in again, and that's a, oh geez, what do they call them things? Sorry, I'm losing my mind. I got so much on my mind. But it's flowering, which is great. So that means it ain't dead, but when we got it, it was almost dead. So hopefully that's a good sign, even with the cold weather coming in, that we'll get through it. The bananas still don't look too bad. The bigger banana trees, the littler one, it took a big hit during the last freeze, but it's starting to come back, so I just have to keep an eye on it. But these two are struggling, but I'm sure when it gets warmer, if we can just get through these couple of small ones, we'll get better. And the purple line, which is there, I trimmed it up a little bit, but you see how it gets, the leaves get lighter instead of staying darker like they are. A lot of that has to do with temperature and breeze also. That's a pomelo tree right there, and I trimmed that way back. You can see the bottom of it's cleared out now so I can get air movement in it. We got quite a few of them off there when we came down this year, but not like we were used to getting, so you always have to take the extra growth and the stuff down the bottom. You want the growth to be up top, so trimmed it down. That should come back pretty good. Plus this mango here, if you see the whole bottom of that's missing, I'm going to be posting some pictures where you will see that on this surrounding ground around this whole area was just piles and piles. So I went from the ground down there all the way up through the center and all around and just got rid of, if you piled it all together, I'd say it'd be like 2.5, 3 pickup truckloads full of branches and leaves off this mango. I've had to do this probably every 2 or 3 years since we've had the place. I've done this, and it keeps it productive and growing, and keeps the tree going a great way. If you look up top of that tree, you'll see where the little buds are sticking out on the top, which is telling you it's starting to get ready to come out, and very, very tiny little berries to become mangoes, but you won't see anything like mango size till April or May, and then what's the right word? Not producing time, harvesting time, excuse me. Harvesting time, that's when they'll be full size, and that's typically, it goes anywhere from like the second week in June to the first week in July is where you'll start harvesting them. And then once you start harvesting them, you'll have so many mangoes. And then if we're here, we're not here, or whoever's around, you just keep texting everybody and telling them, come get these mangoes, man. And people like them, say, come get them, and we can't do nothing with them, hundreds of them. We've taken coolers for them up north before and given them away, so. But it's good we got people that can look after that stuff. I'm sure after the production on the papaya out there last year with a couple I got off there, that'll be better this year. But the stuff we're looking at back here, mainly fruit trees, is warm weather stuff. So the production you're not really going to see that much, and you'll notice the camera shaking a little bit because I'm carrying my iPad, because I just found out Verizon nationwide has some kind of problem, and so my wife's having to use my phone because her phone don't work at all. So I can't understand. I'm Verizon, she's Verizon, but my phone's fine, hers is getting nothing. So we just have to get through it till they find out what they're doing. That side spotlight just come on, look at that, that's good. So like I said, this is mainly just bushes and smaller palms and versions of different plants we got. Palms there. Everything's going. That's an orange. My friend Kathy and my wife would have to say what it is, but it's orange. I can't remember. It's burnt orange or what it is. It's something orange. Looks real nice. It's a flowering bush, but we had it in too much water, moved it from a spot, and then put it in less sun, and now we got it in a different spot, so we're going to try it all again differently. I've got mostly everything in the ground now. A few things like you see there, different things are not in the ground, but mainly, bird of paradise and all the palms, everything's ready to go that way with the yard. And everything looks pretty good. This lemon tree, I gave our neighbor down the street, Tina, I gave her, I think 2, plus a pomelo and some other stuff, and I picked 9 off here, I think it was today. 9 or 10, I can't honestly remember, I think it was 9. Off here that were just about 100% ready, but we're gonna sit them out in the windowsill, get some light, and but there's still another 15 on there, and they're not yellow or ready to go yet, but no, I mean, it's brimming with lemons, but I don't know how many will survive if we get the cooler frost and freeze they're talking about down here over the next 2 days out of the next 4. They're calling for record temperatures down here, so we'll see how it works out and how it goes. Everything else I've got kind of planted and everything and in the ground. I got oh my gosh. Jeez, I just playing. You think I remember the name? It's a palm, but can't remember the name of it right now. But that ball will get bigger, it'll get a little bigger, and then I can move it to different pots. Eventually I can put it in the ground, but I'm trying to keep it right now growing in a pot, getting a little bigger, and then I can move it in. That's a cardboard palm that our neighbor gave us. So I put that in and fertilize and set it up the way I think it should be set up, and it looks pretty good. This is one of the plants I potted. This is a what do you call it? A stand with all these little clay pots you see we have here, with all these different little plants growing in there. Some of them are palms, some are flowering palms, just different things, but it looks nice. And so they weren't using it, so they asked if we want to use it, we're using it, and it serves a purpose, which works out real nice for us. Just put these in 2 days ago, these grapes. I'm going to try those down here because once it gets warm, they should produce real well. That is another papaya. They had a sale on them, so I got one more papaya. The thing about papayas you just don't know about is if they're going to produce or not produce, male, female. There's ways you can do it, but hopefully this is a producing one. But when I bought it, it said it was a producing one. Put this in also. Everybody say, what is the name of that thing, Jeff? I don't know. I think I got to start having my wife or neighbor, somebody here to start telling me the names of all these things. Lavender? No, it's not lavender. It's, oh man, it's right on the tip of my tongue. But we'll figure it out and come back and get a name up with that. Got that all planted in. Everything else is growing real nice. Starting to bloom out on a lot of stuff. And it's a shame the stuff that is starting to bloom out now is going to, if we do get the freezes like that, and things are blooming, that'll go right in and kill the blooms on stuff. Like desert rose looks pretty good right now. It's starting to fill in and do its job again. And palms are looking okay. Bushes out here I got back to life. This side of the yard is looking real good now. We could get nothing to grow over here, but now we really got things kicking over here, and you can look down there, you can see the broccoli growing. Oh, let me find where it's at. It should be right there. Where's there it is, to the left. There's broccoli going in there, and lettuce, strawberries. We're starting to get some strawberries on these too. You can see they're smaller, but it's cold, real cold out. I'm starting to get strawberries on those. The herbs are coming up, the mint, the peppermint's coming up good. And the basil in the middle, I've cut a lot of that off and gave it to her. But everything's starting to do pretty good. I will have to cover this up. This is raspberries, 2 buckets of raspberries and blueberries. And you can see there's just an awful lot of blueberries forming on there. But I don't think they're gonna get through this freeze, so I'll just throw a blanket over all 3 of them for each night. It's supposed to get that record cold out there. Now all the solar and the lights are starting to turn on now, and then the other lights they'll all come on with movement and as we go along. Hopefully they'll. Like if you look at these lights I put up here, they're all solar. So, and by the front door, a lot of that stuff's all solar and decent operation. So I just keep